Hello.
Can we all hear each other?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
I can hear you guys, but can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh,
I can hear you.
nice. I was just typing my question. If you can hear me, you guys are punctual. Let me let the other guys know on the WhatsApp group that we are on. So my name is Kolisa. For those who don't know me, it's the first session. I think it's only right that we start with introductions because we'll be spending a lot of time going ahead together. My name is Kolisa. I'm in PE, and I'm a playwright mostly, but I dabble in other things as well. You know? Yeah. So without any, okay, let's go to Fiona. Hello to those who are joining us. We're just doing introductions since it's the first day. Fiona.
So we can just go. We can just
Yeah,
start
just
introducing ourselves, right?
let us know you. I mean, okay, so just to avoid confusion, I'll let people. I'll tell people to introduce themselves because I can see your name.
Okay, cool. So I'll start. I know I've been introduced as Mbali, but you can also refer to me as Fiona. I'm currently in PE, but I reside in Joburg. I'm a copywriter, so mostly I write for corporate. I've written for financial services, for tech, for cosmetics. I haven't written anything on a personal capacity yet, but I'm gonna start doing that now. And it's great to meet all of you. I hope I get to read more of your work and share everything with you guys. Yeah, so that's me.
For sure. Zippo.
Hi guys, my name is Victoria Obo. Was it I originally, but I am based in Johannesburg now. I am a writer. I like to dabble with everything, as Kolisa, but I work in television, so I write a lot for television. I have quite a few things to share over the next few weeks, and I'd love feedback. I think the one thing that I'm looking for is feedback from like writers. So yeah, that's me.
So, Selima.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
My name is Selima Henok from Namibia. I'm a scriptwriter and a director as well. I have written a couple of scripts and was part of a production called Third Wheel. We were part of the team that wrote the first series that ever went to DSTV in Namibia. So yes, I've written a couple of scripts and currently also have a group where we meet as script writers, and I'm looking forward to learn from you guys.
Sharp. Thanks, Selima. Leto Kuhle.
Hi, I'm a writer. I write poetry and prose, and I recently finished my master's in creative writing, where I met you. So, yeah, I have a lot to share over the next couple of weeks, but I'm looking forward to hearing what the rest of you guys have to share as well.
Leo. Zodwa Tutani.
Oh, it's me now. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me? Hi.
Yes.
Okay, I'm Zodwa. I am an artist and curator based in Makanda. I've just only started, well, not really, but started writing this year. I'm in the creative writing program at Rhodes this year. And yeah, I'm looking forward to like hearing everybody's work and also sharing sometimes. Thanks.
Sure. I see Sia has typed something saying he can't hear us. I'm responding to him. Okay, thanks, Zipozaki. Ndengwa Guru, your mic is muted. Ndengwa? Okay. All right. Okay. And Yamoria.
Hello.
Yes, there you
Hi.
go, Yamoria.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Fumani. And I'm Mfumo. We are both poets, writers, presenters, and podcasters. Yeah.
Okay. Please share links to your podcasts now, if you
Will
can,
do.
in our chat on our side. Yeah, I'd like to check it out. So, guys, without further ado, thank you for being part of this. We had 4 writers. We had Umbali, we had Uzipozake, we had Pilisiwe and Sandile. Both Pilisiwe and Sandile have submitted apologies on the side, and Pilisiwe said that Ndengwa would read in her place, but I think Ndengwa is having technical problems now because his mic is muted and he hasn't spoken. Okay, just
hello.
Okay, there you go, Ndengwa.
No, I didn't have any technical problems, but I'm in a place where there's noise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you just introduce yourself to us, Ndengwa?
Yes. First of all, I'm thinking with time, you'll be able to say my name right, because I noticed even Pilisiwe is adding an extra N in my name.
Okay.
But it's Ndegwa, and I'm Kenyan.
Ndegwa, all right.
Yes, I'm the only Kenyan in the group. I am a writer, a student. I am dabbling with the writing right now, but I'm working on something. And yeah, I look forward to being part and parcel of this group.
Thanks, my brother. Sia?
Yeah.
Can you hear us now? State your case.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Hi.
so I'm Sia. I'm from Port Elizabeth, South Africa, and I am a writer as well. I'm currently working on. I've just finished a children's book, and which will be published hopefully this year. And I am writing as well a collection of short stories. Yeah, I'm 33, and yeah, that's me.
Sure, thanks, Sia. So who will go first? Do we have to break the ice, or Zipozake, will you shoot?
I don't mind. Should I start with the creative, I think?
I think we can start with the creative, and then because I want us to really indulge on the think piece after.
No stress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to read from the collection of short stories that I'm currently writing. So this one is called Freedom. Can everyone hear me before I start?
Yep.
This one is called Freedom. After learning why my father was shot 8 times many years ago in his home village in the Eastern Cape, I'm no longer sure how I feel about marriage. Recounting the brutal shooting that nearly left him dead, my father often boasted I'm no longer afraid of being shot because I survived a deadly shooting. Even though the story became my father's comic narration to break tension in awkward situations, during the shooting, there was very little to laugh about because my father says he really thought he would die. I heard the story and plenty of others during my visit to Kailicha, where my mother lives. Sometimes walking the streets on a Friday night felt like knocking on death's door. To ease our fears as we walked with him, my father would tell the shooting story, implying that he was a larger than life man, and that my mother, my two sisters, my brother, and I should not be alarmed by the consistent sound of cries and gunshots at night. Why did you get shot? My little sister would inquire, and my mother would laugh and say, he was just resisting some man who wanted to rob him. One night, while we were sleeping in my aunt's little house in the same area, we heard sounds of windows being broken. Min Moshalindru, you've ruined my house, exclaimed a voice that sounded familiar. For as long as I had visited Cape Town, she was always called Mami House, mother of the house, and she was known for her loud voice and evil ways. We heard the siren, followed by boys shouting, Siabuya, Gqirha Kazindini, Siabuya. Mami House was known as a witch and promiscuous, an ungodly woman who slept with other women's husbands. The conspiracies and whispers were that she would bewitch the men to love her and would make them leave their wives and children for her. How else can you explain that joke of a marriage with that old man in her house? People would ask among themselves. That poor man, she bewitched him and made him leave his wife and kids. She is quite promiscuous. That woman cannot live without a man. My aunt would clarify as I asked about Umami House. Kodwa ke, did anyone put a gun on that stupid man's face to leave umfazi wakhe nabantwana bakhe? Aunt would ask me this question, and it was the end of discussion. Once satisfied with the clarifications, I still wondered, where did the rumors come from? Leyo ke andiyazi. After all, in our village, our neighbors used to say that Umamkeha was the witch. They were ready to kill her. And when she fell ill, everyone said she was being punished by God. Mamkeha, my grandmother, is still remembered in the village as one of the fiercest and zero-tolerant wives that the Timber men have ever seen. When my grandfather, George Zapalala Shobo, started cheating on her with other women in the village, she started sleeping in her own bedroom. From what I gathered while listening to adult conversations, my grandfather was quite a catch, flamboyant, light-skinned, and good with his tongue around women. When he came back from the mine after running out of money, Mamjeha would have to care for him and use up all the money she had made as a domestic worker in Port Elizabeth. But what's funny is that when Mamjeha fell ill with lung cancer during the years she was labeled a witch in the 1980s, your grandfather did not even lift a hand to help her. I'm gonna leave it there, guys.
Thanks, Zipo. Do we have any interactions with her?
I have a comment.
Yes.
Actually, I think that piece was beautifully written, very well written. Aside from the fact that I don't understand which language was she speaking at some point there.
This is Tulsa.
Gosh, the clicks, wow. But yeah, would you mind sharing it like the written when we read it later? Or
I do mind sharing it because I'm still
okay,
compiling the two stories, yeah.
all right, okay, no problem. But overall, it was good. Yeah, that's all I can say for now.
All right.
Thank you.
I wanted to find out if is it a poetry piece or is it a script? You are developing it in a script?
I think that's
I'm not,
prose.
Yes, it's called. I'm not developing it in a script form. I'm developing it as a prose piece.
Okay. Well done.
Thank you.
All right. So we'll go with you, Ndengwa, and then Bali did say your network is acting up. Are you sorted now? Okay. We'll go with you, Ndengwa. Degwa. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Sure.
It's also a short story. I'm only going to read a few parts of it. It's called Of Wealth That Is Far-Fetched. So, you can hear me?
I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. All right. 25th April 2006. There are two things I've always wanted out of life: money and happiness. So you can imagine how appalled I become by that infamous line, something to do with money not being able to buy one happiness. A load of balderdash, if you ask me. I first heard that line when I was but a 13-year-old pupil in Moi Nyeri Complex Primary School in my hometown, Nyeri. On a normal Friday afternoon, after 40 minutes of non-stop playing in the large school field, time which I used to continue reading Enid Blyton's rather dull novel, a mediocre issue of The Famous Five, starring those British brats who did nothing except indulge in very insipid little adventures that scared the hell out of my classmates. It was utterly pathetic, but these were the kinds of books that I had access to, unfortunately, and I believed myself old enough to read something serious and impactful. My classmates returned, sweat and tasteless jokes pervading the air, and right behind them, Miss Wangeshi walked in, her spectacles enforcing that intimidating look that had always had the ability to sear through any form of barriers that my classmates had tried to put up. This, evidenced by the limitless amount of love and trust my classmates had for her. She was easy to confide in, and despite not being tolerant of any form of misbehavior in class, Miss Wangeshi was a calm, cool, and collected person who had won the hearts of many. As my classmates settled in, I opened my desk and pulled out my social studies exercise book and the textbook used during the class, while the others settled down. Miss Wangeshi, knowing full well that our minds suddenly seemed to have a knack of drifting off during Fridays, had planned a different kind of afternoon session for us. After everyone was seated, Miss Wangeshi gracefully walked and sat on the table, chalk in hand, and her very irritating smile melting the hearts of my gullible classmates. Good afternoon, class. Good afternoon, Miss Wangeshi, came the also annoying reply, dragged and animated as always. Today, we shall not study as usual because I know that can get boring sometimes. And seeing as it is Friday, I am assuming all of you are thinking about how fun your weekends will be. If by fun, she meant taking care of an extremely sick father, watching a drunk mother filled with bitterness towards the world, and complaining about my older brother who irresponsibly got himself arrested after a robbery ensued murder of a young girl, daughter of an influential governor, no less, then sure, my weekend was definitely going to be fun. I want to know what all of you would like to be when you're done with school. She folded her arms and smiled. Hands shot up in the air, and she picked the most enthusiastic looking of all 40 of us. It was none other than Karungari. She was everything one hated: smart, teacher's pet, very contemptuous, and for her age, a classic bitch. Standing up, she started, I would like to be a doctor. This accompanied by my unnoticed yawn, which I did not even attempt to hide. Because I want to be able to make people smile again after any bout of sickness. I was about to lose my mind. I was sure the next person to be chosen would give another washed out line about how being a pilot would help transport people from one country to the next. And Kafura. What? Wait, why was she calling my name? I looked at her. She looked at me. There came that smile again. I knew I was this close to tell her that this was not the time to be unintentionally rubbing her unapologetically perfect dimples in our faces. You seem deep in thought. Tell us what you would like to be when you grow up. I'm going to end it there.
Oh man.
And yes,
Oh man.
yeah.
Yeah. Interactions?
I love your humor. I love the timing of your humor in your writing. It's beautiful.
Thank
Your
you.
writing is beautiful. I love the timing of humor. It's so. It's. I mean, you're not telling an easy story, but like it just makes the story nice and light and easy to listen to.
Thank you so much. About that, I'm actually going to add, someone gave me a comment recently and told me, she asked me, did you intend for your persona to sound bitter? And I said, yes. And she said, oh, no wonder. The humor is very acidic, but if it's intended, it's okay.
Anyone else? I loved it too. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Who was that?
It's me, so I'm back. I just came back now, and I missed like literally half the meeting. Sorry, guys. I'm sound my side, so I literally didn't hear anything. But let me know if you want me to, if I'm up next to read.
No, yeah, you did mention, I saw your note here that you were having problems with your connection. But Dengwa, I love it, man. I love how you hint at the environment. I love how the graphic nature of it. Yeah, no, I love it.
Thank you. Honored.
Sure. So after Dengwa, Mbali, we'll go straight to you. Mbali, do we call you Fiona since you are it's written Fiona, or do we call you Mbali?
Yeah, you can call me Fiona. Yeah.
Fiona, you prefer Fiona, ne?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Go ahead.
Okay, so like I said, I hadn't written a lot in my personal capacity.
We've lost you there, Mbali.
Connected again. Sorry. Could you guys still hear me?
We lost you there for a while.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. So like I said, I'd originally intended for like I had a comic relief type script, but imposter syndrome is currently killing me, and I don't love it as much as I did earlier. So I'm gonna read an intro to it's a hard story to write. It's based on real events, which makes it hard, but that's my story, and I'd like to share it with you guys, just like the opening bit. As soon as I get my ducks in a row. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so I've entitled it Grieving in the Time of Corona. Here goes. So it starts over with a voice note over a dark background. And just like that, she's gone. She's gone. I'll never see her beautiful face again. Hear the sound of her voice, her laugh, her I love you. How do I reconcile with the fact that you're gone? When to reconcile means to admit those things to be true. What now? What now? Narration. The screen of her laptop is open in front of her. The light beams on her face. Her glasses reflect the activity happening on screen. She sits in silence. She takes off her glasses and takes a deep breath as she rubs her eyes. Looks to the ceiling. takes another deep breath. She shudders. It's cold. Oh, is it cold? I've forgotten what warmth feels like. For warmth was the sound of your voice, your laugh, the thought of you. And then a voice from my laptop. Maybe if I hadn't left, I'd have taken better care of her. She was fine when I left. What if worrying about her made her sick? Being away from us made her sick, she thinks. Losing a husband at an early age made her sick. Being a woman made her sick. Being a black woman made her sick. But she lived. She loved. Always with a smile on her face. Not once did she complain. Always with a smile on her face, the gap between her teeth. Is it getting colder? I wish I could hold all of them. They look lost, ripped from their source. Things will never be the same. They look different. Do I look different? I want to hug them tight and ease their pain. Is it pain when every part of your body is screaming for relief? When the only cure is time? Time. I respond more to myself, really. I wish I'd spent more time with her, called her more often. A male voice booming from the laptop. Me too. It's cold. It's quiet. She's gone. So that is my intro to whatever that's going to turn out to be.
What do you want it to turn out to be? If I may ask. Fiona. Oh, okay.
Hello? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. I think you can't hear us.
Yeah, I'm struggling to hear you guys.
Oh,
Write the comments for Lisa. So when she comes back, she'll see it.
all right. Okay, I'll write a comment privately. But
Okay.
so I've just seen a message from Uzipozake that you guys can see my screen. Is that true?
Hey?
You guys can see my screen.
We could, but now it's off.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, because at that time I was trying to share it, right? Because I was looking to read in Sandile's place.
Hi, Tolisa.
Hi, Yamoria.
I have a question.
Okay, sure.
So Fiona, I'm struggling to see what you are writing. Where is she sitting? Who is she talking to? Is she talking to someone on the computer screen? Are they just thoughts? So I was really struggling to follow that.
Okay, so like I said, so I'm gonna have to read it to you guys again. Like the script that I'd originally intended to read, I wasn't happy with it. So this is something that I've just currently started on. So I think I'm gonna structure it again properly and then reread it to you guys.
All right.
All right.
Sorry.
Shozima.
Not to answer for you, Fiona, but I did from the title that said "Grieving in the Time of Corona." I interpreted it as if you were speaking to someone virtually, like you're speaking to someone about the grief virtually. That's why the word computer screens and stuff, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
I can't hear you.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay, guys. On my side, when you were seeing my screen, I was looking for something to read in Sandile's place. So now my privacy is being jeopardized here, and You know, I did not practice this part so that you can't see my screen. I thought automatically it's hidden. I don't know. So is anyone on standby to take Sandile's place? No one, eh?
I'll take his place.
You'll take his place. Okay, let's go. Thanks.
I'll read a poem, but also, I mean, you didn't share anything diabolical, you know? You can still read the big screen. You know, it didn't have any embarrassing things.
Yeah, I didn't.
No. I'll be reading a poem called Portrait.
Portrait.
Portrait, yes. It's fascinating, the things we do to keep ourselves amused. I had a Russian man taking a photograph. I touched my body and arched my back. I tore off my clothes and danced for him. It felt as though I had no soul. I was once beautiful, I let him know. I was once calm and kind and neat. I once silenced the room with a question. Once the men fell under my feet. Once, I said, I wrote poetry, and I did my work each day. But those who had seen my mind couldn't imagine my body when I made of flesh and bone. You're beautiful, he said. Thanks, I agreed. But what on earth for? I still hear the children laughing. I still fear a young man's tone. So I walk through a park with an old, respectable man. He talks about the breeze, or I could freeze. I shouldn't be here. Still I'll linger in the damp and cold in his old romantic way. We'll marvel at the setting sun, as one day he says, I'll pass away. And one day I'll have no secrets and I'll wonder when I'm cold. Where do all these fickle men go? When do they go? Where do they settle? Why must the wind always blow? Did you guys hear me?
Yeah.
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 You done?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you want another?
Please. Please.
Yeah.
Can I just say this, guys? If you're not reading, do you mind just putting your mic on mute? Because I think someone is typing or something.
Yeah.
Sound I keep on hearing. Okay. Please, Letokule, you can give us another one.
All right. This is called the osteopath. The osteopath tells me my intestines are in knots because I miss my father, because there is a hole in my heart. It has crippled the right side of my body, she says, and I laugh as she speaks. She is quaint and petite. She looks like a blackbird with the spirit of June, except I'm thinking about my lecturer, about my basketball coach, about that crooked old man with his watch and his toys. She's wrong, I tell myself. I haven't seen my father in years. It's like that where I'm from. Not a bone in my body aches. How's your balance, she asks. I always trip on my right foot. It's like that in my family. My mother does the same. She fiddles with my hip bone, my head, and my toes. When she's done, she says I stand better, that both my feet are steady on the ground. I suppose she saw my heart when she was looking at my posture. She says my back hurts from a pain in my womb, that our lives are inscribed on the surface of our minds. But does she know I killed my child over the time I almost died when I couldn't see the traffic because the sun was in my eyes? Does she know I tried to write in a small attempt at flight before my mentor said I ought to feel the ground beneath my feet? Get a notepad, he said. Document concrete expressions and write some more. So I wrote some more just as I was told. I think his hairline was receding. I noticed that then when I thought to rip his heart from his wife and from his child.
Wow.
Chilling.
Interaction?
Wow. Yes, I have a question. Letokule, or how is it said?
Letu's fine.
Letu is fine.
Yeah.
Is a somber mood very predominant in your work?
Is a somber mood?
Is it predominant in like all your work?
With the somberness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think maybe. Damn. Unfortunately, yeah.
But the way you portrayed it, especially how there's this line where you talked about your mother, how she saw your, what did she see?
Oh, my mother. Which
Yeah,
which poem?
it's the second one.
That my mother. It's something about our posture. We always trip on our right foot. Yeah.
That.
Mm.
It.
Mm.
I mean, I have my own interpretation of it, which I'm keeping. What were you talking about when you wrote that poem?
I literally it was I remember seeing an osteopath, and it was my interpretation of that interaction. But she feels your skull and
Okay.
your bones, and she's able to tell the ailments in your body, and sometimes she's even able to tell your psychological ailments. But usually she's just supposed to tell what's going on with your body physically. And I remember going to see her and having, because I had a backache, but I was like, but these days I feel really constipated and I wasn't sure why. But my mother told me that she specializes in the bones, so she won't be able to help you with your stomach. But when she felt my head, she said, the problem is in your stomach. And I just thought that was interesting. And then we just started speaking from there. So I kind of crafted a poem around that interaction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice one, too.
Thank you.
You have done it so well. I won't even lie.
The emotions in it as well is beautiful.
Thanks.
Anyone else? I think what like Degwa was saying, it's really up to anyone to interpret it, you know. Because every line, I think they are very somber but subliminal at the same time, you know. I think it's one of those poems you own it. You allow the reader space to own it, you know. And I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So guys, we have approximately 5 minutes left. I think let us jump straight to our think piece by Uzipho Zake. And then after the think piece, maybe we can say goodbyes. And if we have to continue the conversation, we can continue it on in the WhatsApp group, you know. But just to be safe, let's say what we have to say right now. And Uzipho Zake, the floor is yours. Your mic.
You can hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, this piece is called Coronavirus Leading the Charge. Writing has been a part of my life ever since I can remember. But unfortunately, like most writers, turning words into lucrative coins has been a bore. When I got sick of freelance writing because of irregular payments, I pursued a TV production career so that I could have some financial sustainability. Most television companies in South Africa offer writers and creative producers short-term contracts. That means laborers work in a compressed amount of time and very little bacon to take home. During the short contracts, we can barely breathe because television schedules are hectic. In her book, Year of Years, Phoebe Morgan, Shonda Rhimes writes, every single writer I met likens writing for television to one thing, laying tracks for an incoming speeding train. The story is the track, and we gotta keep laying it down because of the train. The train is production. So as a TV writer, on this short-term contract, before you blink, the director says, cut, that's a wrap, and you have not had time to secure the next week. In a few instances, you work permanently and you are expected to report for duty the same way that the same way that the company's office manager does. I'm not being disparaging, but unlike the office manager, the writer's job has nothing to do with the physical structure of the office and has everything to do with understanding a creative brief, workshopping angles, writing and editing while the train is coming towards you. In light of this, I've always believed we need a shift in how we bring writers into television work. My constant, can I work from home, sounded ridiculous in our market, which is lagging behind innovatively, until, of course, the coronavirus outbreak. To date, there are over 3 million COVID cases and over 200,000 deaths globally. But knowing how hasty and unstoppable the virus is, these numbers may just be outdated in the next few hours. Glorious big cities, the epicenters of the virus, are on a standstill. Look at the Big Apple, for instance, sitting at almost 200K confirmed cases to date and forced to sleep for the first time ever. To flatten the curve and stay protected while South African numbers are hiking with over 6,000 cases, I have been working from home. Without this threat on humanity, working from home would have perhaps been a possibility in the next 10 years or so. Why? Well, because I get paid a salary like everyone has to be at work for 8 hours, even though I'm like the cameraman and editor who have had to find alternative ways of delivering work. There was no setup required for me to be able to do my job outside of the office. No permits. My ability to work and deliver continued as if nothing happened. As I've been saying, a writer's job has nothing to do with the physical structure of the office. I sound like a broken record. And whether we like it or not, we must admit that in some respects, this pandemic has exposed poor leadership in communities, companies, and society. It will permanently change the way we think about government, community, and work. Its aggregated impact will force a shift, and only those who shift will survive. As I impeccably work on my scripts the way I always wanted to, I know I was right in my conviction to rethink writing employment. Our TV desperately needs contracts based on deliverables so as to absorb the most brilliant seasoned scriptwriters, novelists, poets, and playwrights into their writing rooms to enhance the craft. It is therefore our responsibility as writers to continue the virtual writers' room, paid streaming workshops, and virtual writing retreats is now started. As an optimist, I believe after this, we may stand a chance to successfully advocate for a different way of writing while earning our full salary in coffee shops, theater bars, parks, our own homes, and in residences, finishing our novels and doing our book tours. Sadly, when we look back, it will not have been our employers who led. It will have been the coronavirus. That's it, guys.
Sure. Thanks, Zipo. Dangwa is suggesting something here that I don't want to entertain. Another, if you can see it, we can log out and log in.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But I think let's call it a wrap, guys. I've got some stuff to say, but we can chat on the WhatsApp group. I think let's go back to our normal lives now. Thank you, everyone. This is episode 1. There'll be episode 2 next week, and we'll keep on growing from there on. But peace and love.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Mm.
Bye.
Bye.